So for Arizona, Benedict Matherin and Christian Coloco. And as soon as he gets here, we'll have an opening statement from Coach Tommy Lloyd.
Well, it's an incredible battle. I knew this was going to be a hard game, and I try to tell our guys, TCU obviously plays in the Big 12, and then they're battle tested, and they're great defensively, and then just so hard to keep off the glass. We weren't having a crazy problem getting them to miss the first shot. It was just, trying to get, defensive rebounds, and so they get a ton of credit. They're really hard to play against, and these two guys were obviously special today, and they pulled us through in moments when it didn't look good. But I know this, I believed the whole time, and I think they did too. And just the way they were communicating in the huddles, I knew we just had to hang in there and make a play or two, and we could get this thing over the top.
All right, raise your hands and questions for the student athletes first up here, and then we'll go there.
Coach, you guys dominated the paint.
Name and affiliation.
Aiden Alperstein from the Daily Wildcat. Coach, you guys dominated the paint, I believe, plus 14 in the first half. You guys seem to all settle for a little few too many outside jumpers in the second half after doing well in the paint game early on in the second. Was there an emphasis on trying to get the ball inside?
We always want to get the ball inside, but they're hard to get it inside on. They do a good job collapsing defensively and, making it tough. And, they were switching some of their ball screen coverages, and they're just doing a good job keeping us out of the paint. And, I thought some of the threes we had were good looks, and I want these guys to let it rip. And it was just one of those days. A few of them didn't go in. And we also had some bad possessions, too, where we had one at the end of the game, dribbled out. I thought Ben was going to hit that shot in the left wing, and then CeeLo, you missed it just perfect enough for CeeLo to get a beautiful tip dunk. So that was a big-time play. And so, no.
Questions for the student athletes.
Justin Spears from the Arizona Daily Star. Christian, what can you say just about the front court battle, especially with Eddie Lampkin?
Oh man, I'm gonna give credit to him. He's a big boy. It wasn't easy for us to hold him down there. I think we did a pretty good job at the end of the game, though, to box him out and get those rebounds at the end. But yeah, it was really hard. It's not easy. We won, so that's the most important thing right now.
All right, we're gonna go here, there, and then over here.
Dana O'Neill with The Athletic. Benedict, that last offensive rebound that you had, you went flying over and kind of flexed a little bit and had some fun. Just explain your emotions of that moment, because it was such a ridiculously bananas game for the whole time. How did you feel in that second?
I just say my coach is getting on me for not getting enough rebounds, so I was pretty happy about getting the offensive rebound, and I had to show emotions. I played a game that I love the most, so I just went out there and grabbed the rebound, made it, and I was, emotional.
Drew Davison for Star Telegram. Christian, can you talk about that last defensive stop you guys had in regulations where you trapped Miles and just kind of how that play unfolded and what you guys were trying to do there?
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared when coach asked us to crawl because, I know he was going to try to get at me and try to get a foul. But I think I did a pretty good job just protecting my hip, like coach always said, protecting my hip. And, we knew like he was going to try to be the hero, and we went there, we trapped him, and he turned the ball over. So, that's what we wanted to do, and he worked.
John Titel from hoopshd.com. For either player, you're now 32-0 this year when you have the lead with 5 minutes left. What was the message either from the coach or within the team in the final minutes and in overtime to get it done?
I said to the media earlier that we came all the way from Tucson to San Diego, for a reason. We came here to win. So I just want to say that when we come here, we have the fans cheering for us and giving us energy that just to win the game in general. So.
Two more questions for the student athletes.
Colin Post, TCU 360. Benedict, you got to see Mike this summer. You played for Canada, him for Team USA, and he got you that time. But you got him tonight, and you guys kind of battled a little bit. Just what do you think of his game, and did tonight kind of feel like that Team USA Canada game back this summer?
Oh, Mike Miles is a pretty good player. He can shoot from mid-range. He can get to the basket. He can shoot threes. So it was not pretty easy to guard. It was not pretty easy to guard him. But I'll just say he's a pretty good player in general, and that was basically my revenge, against Team USA, because we lost the game, and I'm glad we were able to win the game tonight.
Alex Coyle, Arizona PBS. This is one's for Christian. Adversity. You've been with the program now for a few years, postseason ban last year. There was adversity in this game. How does your team fight through that and ultimately win?
I mean, it was simple. It was win or go home. It's win or go home. So we just went there. We knew we had to battle through adversity. And, I mean, that's not the first time we're down. And we knew we got to keep playing our game. And, you know, Coach, he trusts us. And he just taught us, like, you know, we got to hang in there. And I think that's what we did. We didn't panic. We played our game, and we came back. And I just got to give credit to my teammates and the coaching staff. We have a good plan, and we won. So that's amazing.
Thank you for the student athletes. You can go. Appreciate it. And now starting with questions for Coach Lloyd.
Yeah, Coach Steve Rivera, All Sports Tucson. This is supposed to be for Benedict, but he had the dunk, which was amazing, and then the three-pointer in regulation. Just how he shows up for big events like this.
Yeah, Ben's not afraid of the moment, you know, and he's a special player who has an ability to rise it up another level when needed, and he has that clutch gene, you know. I mean, I honestly felt really good when he had the ball in his hands there, because I knew he was going to shoot a three, you know, like on that one, and I've seen him make that the ball in his left hand enough times, and right when he snapped that three off to tie it, it was pretty impressive. And then, you know, whenever he can cut left and plant his right foot, you know, he can really go up and explode on somebody, and I've been on him to get that dunk all year, so I'm glad he finally got one this season.
Jason Shearer, Wildcat Authority. Tommy, the other day you mentioned, and you were saying, look, we're a physical basketball team too.
Yeah.
How did you feel Arizona matched TCU's physicality and all that?
I mean, I thought we were just okay. You know, I thought Lampkin gave us our lunch a little bit, and we haven't had a big guy do that to us all year. You know, I mean, for him to get 10 offensive rebounds is incredible, and you know, he played 35 minutes for a guy that big. It's impressive. So I was really impressed with him, and he just, I thought he was the difference today in the game that really, you know, put them in position to win.
Jordan Spurgeon, Sports 360 AZ coach. You were obviously adamant about the fan base before. I saw you very animated during this game at different points. I mean, how do you think they showed up today?
They were great today. They were great. And listen, I love the fan base. So they're amazing. And, you know, but my deal is, you know, I mean, we need you. I mean, we don't have a huge margin for error, and so I want them to bring extra. You know, I mean, I want our guys to bring extra. I'm trying to get my staff and myself to bring extra. So, you know, I'm not asking the fans anything we're not asking the team or ourselves to do. And hey, to do this is hard and it's special, and I want them to be participants, not observers.
Alex Coyle, Arizona PBS. I asked Christian about adversity. Is there something that you instill in your team about fighting through tough times? If so, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just hang in there. I mean, just pick yourself back up, you know, and don't put your head down. On to the next play. You know, you're one play away from going on a run all the time. You know, I mean, you don't know when it's going to come. So you just have to stay locked in and ready. And I'm proud of this group. I mean, it's been an amazing journey in my first year as a head coach, and you know, I don't know if I deserve this, but those players deserve it, and I'm so thankful that they get to experience this. You know, going to a Sweet 16 is special. It's, you know, there's the two greatest weeks in college basketball are, you know, when you win your round of 32 game leading up to the Sweet 16. And then the best one is, you know, you win your Elite Eight game and you're preparing for a Final Four. So, you know, we took another step today, but I mean, we got a daunting task ahead of us. I mean, the grit and the toughness and the teams on our side of the bracket, it's pretty formidable. So we're going to have to come back and, you know, recover a little bit because we play Thursday. It's going to be a quick turnaround.
In the back.
Yeah, Kyle Bloniger with ESPN. You touched on it briefly with Lampkin about the offensive rebounds, but they had 20 tonight, 10 over the final, 7:30 regulation. Yeah. How do you make sense of that, given Houston's coming up next?
I mean, they were backbreakers down the end, you know. And listen, offensive rebounding is a staple of their program, and it's ours too, you know. But they're really good at it. And you know, sometimes when you get down like they did, you get a little bit maybe desperate and you go harder, you know. And I'll have to go back. I felt like we didn't have great hits or great blockouts, you know, all game, and they do such a good job coming from different angles, and you know, and if you get caught in a rotation, they go every time. So if the ball bounces their way, they get it because they're there. So I mean, I tip my hat to them, man. That was a pain in the butt to play against.
Dane O'Neill at The Athletic. Tommy, can you just walk us through the risk reward of that trap that you did, call at the end of regulation there? I mean, as Christian said, he was scared.
I mean, Christian's got amazing feet, and he had it was a flat trap situation, early in the game where he gave up his hips, and I'm always on him about that. And I just said, particularly because I knew, I had a good idea they were going to put the ball in Miles' hands. He's going to go left, and he's going to try to come off a ball screen up top. So, we had a really agile, mobile group out there. So I thought, what the heck? There's 10 seconds to go in the game, and let's throw a trap on him and see what happens, and then we'll live with it. And because we did a good job getting him to back up on his dribble, and listen, I know there's probably a lot of speculation on was there a foul, whether he's over and back. I'm not watching the foul. I've watched him go over and back, and I don't know how much time's on the clock, but I saw the ball pop loose, and I thought we had it. I thought there was enough time, because when I looked up, I think Dalen was about at the top of the key with a little over a second to go, and I thought maybe, and so that would have been a cool way to end it. But you know what? There was nothing wrong with going to overtime and having to play another 5 minutes and find a way.
Coach Lena Washington, 12 News in Phoenix. You still have more work to do, but I'm curious what you're most proud of this team, what you saw out there. What impressed you the most of how they were able to get this done?
Well, these games are hard, and the pressure is immense, and for a bunch of young guys that have never been to an NCAA tournament with a first-year head coach, for them to hang in there in a game like that, this says a lot about them. So I'm most proud of them. That's what I'm most proud of.
Ryan Waller, Daily Wildcat. What'd you think under 3 minutes? Dalen, you guys were down by 3. Dalen hit that big 3 to tie it up. What'd you think about that play?
I tell you guys, he's how many big threes has he hit the last 5 or 6 games? And he's got the clutch gene too. He's not scared. I love that kid, and he played great today. I was kind of looking at the stats briefly. He wasn't his best overall shooting finishing night, but he has 5 assists, no turnovers, 5 steals. He just impacts the game in a lot of areas. So Dalen's a winner, my man. It's hard to get him off the court.
All right, this is going to be our final question, Coach, over here.
Yeah, Coach Steve Rivera, All Sports Tucson. Your thoughts on how Kerr played? He played a lot of minutes, 1 and 2. Azulis didn't play much in the second half. Your thoughts on not playing him?
Well, Zoo kind of got off to a slow start and missed a couple finishes, and then I just kind of felt like that smaller lineup or the extra big lineup were maybe the way to go. And I feel bad for Zoo because he's a heck of a player. But, some days matchups are tough. And, I'm sure he's not happy with me, but we won. And you know what? We need him Thursday. We need him to be good. And Kerr, for him to give us 26 minutes, it's our trainer, Justin Kokoski, did an amazing job. Getting him available to play. That was a real sprained ankle. That was no tweak. And, the crazy thing is here, Kerr goes 1 for 10 from 3, and I thought he was going to make one of those last 2. I think everybody did. We've seen him do it before. But to have 26 minutes on a sprain, recovering from a sprained ankle, and have a plus-minus of 24, I think that tells you what he means to our team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck.